Welcome back to the channel. You're joining Jason Pizzino on the Crypto Byte channel. Thanks again for joining, and remember to hit subscribe and the bell icon there for the notification settings. You get a notification when we pump out new videos. So today's video, let's get back into the technical analysis. We are looking at Electroneum today. I picked Electroneum because we do talk about Electroneum quite a bit on the channel here. You can see in some of these videos, we like to put Electroneum videos. They're down here. Okay, there we are, just at the bottom there. Alright, Binance, look at that. So, they do get a lot of views. That's why I'm doing a video on it, because it is what you guys want to see. If you didn't want to see it, I guess you wouldn't be watching those videos as much. So, let's jump straight across to the crypto market capitalizations, and I'll jump over to Electroneum in just a bit. We're sitting around 450 billion. The market all day has just been sort of just tapering off, dropping, and I'll do a separate video on that. Overall, just one quick comment. I think we're just seeing the blood seep out of the market. You know, we had huge runs. It was massive. Like, you remember it from December into January for the alts. It was a huge run after the previous huge run already, just a couple of months earlier. And then we had the big run in April, May, June. So there's a lot of energy. It needs some time, and I think we're seeing a slow bleed out. So that was my quick comment. Let's get over to Electroneum. We're somewhere down the 40s. Here we are, Electroneum, there it is, 460 million. And I'll just click across into my next window, which I already had set up for the chart on Electroneum. We're sitting at 7 cents at the moment. In those low periods when it came out of ICO, I mean, it way up here. I think ICO was like 10 cents. I remember someone telling me about it. You can mine off your phone, all this cool stuff. Dropped to 7.3. Wow, 2.8 cents. I think there's obviously some lower levels, 2.5 cents. We took off, hit around 20, so you know, not exactly 10 times, but if you sold it right at that peak, you would have got, if you bought it, you didn't get ICO, but you bought it right at that bottom after the ICO at around 2.3 cents, and then you sold it right at the peak, you wouldn't have got 10x, but you would have been quite close. So that's very unrealistic. There aren't going to be many people doing that. I would have seen more people buying it on the run up, somewhere around 10 cents, and then selling it hopefully around 20, so maybe they double their money, but I think a lot of people would have held on. And like a lot of these coins do, everyone just says hold, and then, you know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, you're like, shit, I should have sold it earlier. That's usually the way it runs, 5 cents, and now we're sitting around 7. So let's see if we can bring some good news to the table here. I'm looking at this from a technical analysis point of view. A disclaimer, I don't own Electroneum. I looked at it at the ICO personally, and I know this might offend a lot of people, especially if you love the coin. It's all opinions. It's not for me. I don't like Electroneum, but I do like good trades. And I've just been looking at Tron. That looks like a reasonably good setup. There should be a video on the channel you can go check out for that one. This is not something that I would hold long term. I don't see this as something that I think will go on a lot further, like Ethereum or Bitcoin or potentially EOS, NEO, those sort of things. I don't see this being one of those coins. But you may, that's fine. Let's get on to the actual technical analysis of it to see if this is a point that we should be buying the coin at. So this is my trading chart. Oh, one quick thing, let's go into the markets and I'll just explain why I'm using Cryptopia. When Cryptopia isn't one of the best exchanges. Cryptopia, we look at the markets here on the cryptocurrency market capitalization for the volume. Now the volume's just 1 million. 24-hour volume is 1.4 million, so yeah, 1.1 on Cryptopia. Couple of $100 grand if you're using USDT as well. It's really not much. Pretty much 100% of the volume, if we add 81 and 15, 96% of the volume comes from Cryptopia, and that is a very, very small number on the actual market capitalization of Electroneum. So 460 million, 1 million, it's very illiquid to say the least. However, let's go over to the chart now. This is my 12-hour chart, just to give us a little bit more data. You can see when we scroll the chart in, that from the ICO, that's that first bar that just makes the chart look obscure. So we just scroll out until we get a nice range. The lows on the Bitcoin are around 300, the very, very, very lows, you know, 310, 330. And the highs were around 1200, 1300 at a stretch. We didn't really hit 14, did we? I think we just dropped short of 14. Yeah, 1399. Okay, so where we're sitting now, we're seeing it just have a rest on some previous highs, and I'm just going to start drawing over this chart, so if it gets messy, that is the way we roll at this point. Okay, so we're at 600. Here are some of these highs here. There, our line, let's use our horizontal line. So you can see these, this is the point that I'm looking at. There are the lows, here are the highs. We've broken through them, we've tested it, and then we haven't seen a bounce off there. So what I mean by test is, they're the previous highs. Here are the lows testing those highs. We ran up, didn't really get a solid move. That isn't a solid move in my books. We started to contract. We had another false break up with a touch of volume, broke through the Bollingers, and then we fell away with a bearish divergence on the Bollinger Bands. That's not a good sign. The lows are still holding. We had a spike down. Probably someone was dumping onto the market and it's just bounced back. And that's broken through just a few of those lows. So I probably caught some of the stops that were back here, or some of the buy orders anyway. Someone just sold onto that and some big buy orders were sitting there. And now we're still sitting around 600, 650 sats. Probably a bit of a anti-climax, but I still think it's too early to tell if we're going to buy for a longer position. For the short term, as I said, I don't really buy it. I wouldn't be going on Electroneum for a long position anyway, but for a short position you could see this bounce back to the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, so that's the exponential moving average. That's using a 20 bar, so that is sitting around not much. Where are we? 700. So 650 to 700, there's just not much of a move in it for me. I don't like the look of that. I'll be looking at some other move like this, at the top, and then we want to sell it out because we think it can fall back to the midpoint. That's a bigger move, and then buy it off this point and look for it to retest the highs. So that's around 950, and then we got around 1300. It's short of 50%. So Electroneum's not looking that crash hot for a trade in my books. I wanted to make a video on this because I don't think it's important. Well, sorry, I do think it's important that we look at the markets from a technical point of view, and that we're not hyped up on the fluff all the time. There's just so much fluff out there when it comes to these bigger coins. And I think it's important, if you're going to invest in something, that you get in at the right time. This could be, but looking at the probabilities, I would say this isn't the right time. I think this could continue just to bleed out a little bit more. So if you aren't sure which way it's going to go, maybe dollar cost average in. Personally, I would wait. Even if this thing took off to 900 again, 900 sats, I would be happy to sit this one out, only because I don't see the strength in the chart at this point. So I hope that's a little bit helpful for you guys that are looking at Electroneum long term. And as I said, not my cup of tea, but if you really like the look of it, that's fine. There's tons of projects out there for all of us. Some things suit us, some things don't. And if this is one of those for you, I hope this helped you at least look for a better position to accumulate for your position. If you want to take a quick trade, I still wouldn't be looking at this myself. So I will come back to this in later videos and just keep Electroneum in the background, because I know this is what you guys like the look of. And let's hope that Electroneum gets listed on a bigger exchange so that we can get some more data and we can see some more volume in the market. Obviously, that would be maybe not obviously, but normally it's a good sign for the actual the crypto, for it to add a little bit more blood into the market and just get it to rise a little bit more from its $458 million market cap. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching me on the Crypto Byte channel. It's Jason Pizzino signing out. It's been my pleasure. Remember to hit subscribe and the like button if you want to see more technical analysis videos on this channel. And I will catch you at the next video. So until then, take care and peace out.